Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit JaretGoesToTheMovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
It's not that I don't like Ed. Ed, it's not that I don't like you.
It's alright.
Just be nice if we could.
Fuck.
Spend a bit more time together.
Bollocks.
Just the two of us.
Cock it.
It's just with Ed here. It's no wonder I always bring my flatmates out, and then that only exacerbates things.
What do you mean?
Well, you guys hardly get on, do you?
No, what does exacerbate mean?
It means, to make things worse.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not that I don't like David and Di, you know? Guys, it's not that I don't like you.
Right.
And it's not that I don't want to spend time with you, because I do. It's just, Ed doesn't have too many friends.
Can I get any of you cunts a drink?
And I wonder why that is. Oh, man, he's like the stereotypical, like, everybody's college roommate, you know, that, like, sure. You feel bad and you have to let him crash at your house. When we started this today, we decided to watch it this evening, and it's a Sunday, and the kids are all home, and this first scene, they're kind of talking quiet and talking like straight up British slang, right. And I am picking up a lot of it, but I'm sitting there thinking, there's no way I can keep this up with all of this going on. Thank God it slowed down a little bit after this, as far as just the dialogue is concerned, because I was able to watch it and very much
I assumed
enjoyed
you'd
it.
have to have the subtitles on for this one.
I didn't. We didn't do that. But, oh, holy shit, guys. My name is Jaret. This is a podcast. It's called Jaret Goes to the Movies. This week we're discussing the movie Shaun of the Dead. With me, as always, is Rich.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. You're looking good. We finally met the Russian.
Yeah.
Friday night. We were supposed to be
weird. We were supposed to record.
Yeah.
Casey was sick.
Yeah, not feeling great.
So how to treat that is to go out and
Drink vodka.
Yeah, drink vodka. Yeah. In her defense, her parents never invite us out because they don't ever go do anything. I think we were so surprised we didn't know what to say. Like they don't. So they're just like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to the rail yard?" Which is this really cool place that we have in Frisco. It's food trucks in the middle of a flippin', like a fenced-in area, and they have, a band playing pretty much every night, and. You go and eat the food trucks, and there's a bar. And
I love food truck food, but I never go do it for some reason.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's my thing about food truck. I don't really fucking understand why we need to get food out of a truck. I really do. I mean, I don't understand why we don't just decide, oh, you know what sounds good? There's a place that we could go to over there and eat at that place. But I mean,
I'm a big fan of delivering food to me.
Right.
And so that's like half the battle is getting the food near me.
Right. But the truck is not driving to you, Rich. You're driving to the truck.
But they're bringing like 16 restaurants.
Yeah.
In one little area that I can just look around and go, oh, I want this restaurant, and not have to go across town to that restaurant.
I get it. I mean, and it was fun. It was really fun. Like, and saw a bunch of people we knew out there, and so we give that place a little plug if you're in the Frisco area ever. They're open every day but Monday. And it's awesome. I mean,
I didn't even heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
They have a nice covered area where the bar is.
What's the cross streets?
It's essentially on Main Street. If you exit the toll road and go down Main and head east, it's right when you get to the railroad tracks. It's right there on your left.
Oh, okay.
It's right by Toyota Stadium.
Got it. I know exactly where you are.
It's right there on the way to downtown Frisco, and it's nice. It's cool.
You said they're there 4 days a week?
No, every day but Monday.
That's 6 days a week.
And then how many hours?
It's open I think they're open at lunch and then throughout the evening. And then at some point it becomes adults only. Like you can't, the kids can't be there.
That's when the sex starts happening?
That's when all of the sex swings come out.
Gotcha.
Do they collect your keys?
And that's a different kind of party, Will. Yeah,
my parents go to those.
Yeah. My lovely wife, Casey, is here.
Hello.
The golden boy, Mr. William Vark, is here.
Hey, cunts.
And he can say that because it's an English podcast.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the word bitch over there. They can just say it.
Oh, I thought a cunt was like a pussy, like a vagina.
Yeah, and they don't say pussy. They say fanny.
What?
Yeah.
Fanny is a butt.
A fanny is a butt. Here, over there, a fanny is a pussy.
So if you say, I'm going to smack your fanny over there,
that is not good.
It's
no,
not good.
That is
They also think fanny pack is pretty hilarious.
Some girls
they
like
do.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, fanny pack is a completely different paint job.
Oh.
But yes, we met the Russian, and
some of us met the Russian.
Some of us did. She's lovely, very, very nice, and very proud of Rich, and he was behaving himself.
That was, yeah. We actually got in a fight on Tuesday.
Oh no! How'd that go?
First fight.
It was not good.
No.
Yeah, I did something stupid.
Right.
Which I should have known better.
What?
But yeah, we started talking about politics on an IM chat.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Yeah. I walked into it backwards. Like I wasn't thinking, and it wasn't.
You should have walked into it not at all, considering you're wearing a Make America Great Again shirt, and she has Obama as her profile picture.
It wasn't even about U.S. politics. It was about Middle Eastern politics from forever, and I won't get into it. But I just sent a link that I just wasn't even thinking, and she took offense to it, and then she was mad. Like she didn't talk to me for the rest of the day, and I was like, oh, is she busy or is she not talking to me? I couldn't. And then I finally just called her, and she was like, I don't want to talk about it. And I go, okay, do you want me to hang up? And she goes, well, you can talk. I'll listen. So I talked my way out of it. But it was actually good because we worked through it. All was great. Like the way we resolved issues was really good. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of one of the things you kind of need to know about someone you're interested
I feel like we need a separate podcast for your relationship.
Yeah, well, you asked. Did you ask? Maybe you didn't.
Well, we've made it a thing this whole time.
Anyway, it it catapulted our relationship up a bit. So everything is really, really, really good. We had a great week and weekend.
Very good. You met the mom.
Met the mom on Saturday.
You tried to speak Russian to her.
That was
you just blew it.
Yeah. I don't ever use Google Translate for Russian because it's not right.
No.
And I look like an idiot when I tried to say it.
Now, the reason I know that is because we did our Google Hangout today with our Patreon supporters. And then we followed that up by doing 5 questions with Rodon James, one of our producers.
Earlier today. And I waited for this moment to tell you, because I didn't want you having to be stressed about it all day. I forgot to record it.
Oh, no! Yeah. And it was actually awesome. But I set everything up, and we got on the call, and I figured it all out, and I didn't hit record.
Oh, no.
Just didn't even hit record.
Well, try to remember what you said, and you can say it again.
Well, the questions were pretty off the cuff, but Rodon had this insane answer for Rich's question that was so good. And set up this whole topic for the movie. And when I turned around, it was even before I turned around. So the way that I face in here, I'm facing everybody else, but the Pro Tools computer that we record on is behind me. And as I was swiveling the chair around, I was like, I never fucking pressed record. So anyway, total user error. And just, I was proud of myself for even getting home in time to do the Google Hangout. And then we got Rodon on the line, and I figured out the 2-way Skype thing, and we're just, we were rolling along. We rolled right into it. We talked a while about Patent Pending, the band. He had just seen them. And 5 questions went great. 6 questions went better. And I didn't fucking record it. So anyway, this week we will be without 5 questions.
Damn.
And my apologies to Rodon James, who I still have 2 emails from that I haven't answered. And it's just to add insult to injury. He pays to be on the podcast, but he supports the podcast, and part of his reward is to be on it from time to time. And not this week.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Well,
so
that fucking sucks.
Totally.
We could call him right now, except it's 3 in the morning there. And
Totally my bad. That's just it. It was planned so well, too. It was like, we're doing the hangout at 3. You know what? It's only like 9 o'clock there. This is going to be great. And, you know, I totally fucked it up.
Well, if you need a lawyer in the South England area,
right,
Rod and James is the best lawyer there is.
That's true.
Trying to give him a plug, something out of this.
He's awesome. He is just the best.
He probably can't hire himself out to people.
No.
He probably works for a company and they do all that.
No, he works. He has his own business.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he works for himself.
Oh, well then there you go.
He does.
What's the name of his business? Damn it!
It's Rod and James
Attorney
Esquire. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking.
So if you get in a car accident, I don't know. I don't know what he does.
All right, so we've got Tim Toole on the line. Tim, how's it going?
I'm back.
Okay, yes. And you're doing good?
Yeah.
All right, there he is.
Fucking Tim.
Tim's the best.
We're happy to have Tim on the podcast, and he's up in Seattle and working really, really hard.
Probably not.
Well, he's...
Did he watch the movie?
No.
Okay.
He did not watch the movie.
He should be able to contribute quite a bit.
Well, I was just like, hey, dude, what did you think of the movie? And he's
It
like...
was an amazing movie, but I've never seen it before. I watched it this week.
So I'm like, did you watch it this week or have you seen it? What's going on? But Tim's a good one. Tim, it's good to have you back, man.
Fuck you, Rich.
All right. Things are good. I'm Jarinus, we did the writing sessions last week, and things went really well. Bowling for Soup, heading out to Fargo, North Dakota. Is that where that is? Yep. Fargo, North Dakota, for Cinco de Mayo, which is where I've always wanted to spend this lovely.
There's a huge Hispanic population
This lovely
in Fargo.
Texas Hispanic holiday. Basically, it should be like the fucking schools should be out for Cinco de Mayo.
I think they are in Mexico,
and we will be in Fargo. So I look forward to that. I really do. I look forward to the show, and then back here for a bit, and then we'll be taking our trip to England.
I think I'm going on that one. Right?
You are. Yeah, you're going.
I have a ticket and everything.
Your ticket is booked.
That's crazy.
He's got a ticket to ride.
He's got a ticket to ride, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's talk about Shaun of the Dead. And as we get into this, I want to say a special thank you to Person Carr, Mark Ryan, Sweethurst, Ronnie Clement, Rod and James, and Wendy Croft for sharing our Pretty Woman episode on Facebook this week.
Yep.
We appreciate all shares. Reviews are very much not frowned upon.
Yeah,
we
if
love
I
it.
miss someone, I'm sorry, but that's all I could see.
It's nice that we mention them. It's just basically the first 5 minutes of our podcast are now a list of names. Maybe we'll move that to the end.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'd be good. Either way.
Sure. Whatever.
And you know what? That's not on you. That's on me. I could fucking drag that down to the bottom.
People aren't interested in that. They can hit the little skip 30 seconds button.
Never,
It's fine.
ever point that out.
What if you just blurt a name out every 15 minutes like you have Tourette's?
Well, we could do that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. David Murray. Oh, we got some new supporters. We do fund this podcast through Patreon, patreon.com, and then search for Jaret Goes to the Movies. And some newbies this week. Angie Thorin, or is it Thorin? Angie Thorin, I think.
I think Thorin.
Really sorry Rich fucked this up, and we are 2 weeks late
Yeah, I missed
to
it.
wish you a happy birthday. So happy birthday.
Nope.
No, it's your birthday.
She started being a supporter 2 weeks ago, and I
Okay.
fucked up and I missed her name. But
And
today is her birthday.
God damn it. That is complicated. That is a lot of dates for you to remember. No,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
no wonder you fucked it
I
up.
know, right?
You know what? You're doing your best.
Thanks.
We have a new $5 supporter. Man, the names are so complicated. It's Irene, I guess.
She didn't get back. with me.
Erienne Reed. You get over 90 hours of extra content, not including our talk today with Rod and James and the extras from that because, well, once again, didn't record it. That's right. Daniel Cotton, my boy from the lovely UK, has upped his support from $1 to $10. So he's going to be on our Skype hangouts, which we did one today. Those things are so fun because everybody's getting to know one another and they talk amongst themselves. It's a really fun deal.
How much is that in pounds?
To be, I think it's like 1 pound. 1 pound, something like
It's
that.
3.5 stones.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, that's getting fucking complicated. Our executive producers, who are also Patreon supporters, are David Murray, Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, David Dooley, Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, Rodden James. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm the fucking worst. Eddie Weiss, who sent me a shirt in the mail and said I should have gotten it this week, and I don't think I did. Unless you sent it, oh, you know what? I bet you sent it to my mailbox, and I haven't been there in a week, so I'll go check that tomorrow. Thank you, Eddie. ColinBlowBand.com, Lisa Winsel, Sean Umbeck, Joel Robinson, Nigel Watson, Greg Pascal, Chris Holt, Tyler McCullough, Abby Borden, who was also on the call today.
Yep.
She adds a lot too. Like
she's great.
Yeah, she's good at the Skyping. Mark Ryan, Swee Hirsch. Thank you guys so very much. Shaun of the Dead, 2004. I told my son asked me if he was alive when they made this movie, and I was like, I don't think you were. He was born in 2006, so I was correct.
You were?
Yeah. A man decides to turn his moribund. What the fuck is that word?
I put the definition and pronunciation down below.
Holy shit, you did. A man decides to turn his moribund life around by winning back his ex-girlfriend, reconciling his relationship with his mother, and dealing with an entire community that has returned from the dead to eat the living. I'm going to give that one about a 4 as far as being
It was very complex.
Yeah, it's very, very complex. But for those of you not in the know, moribund means terminally in decline.
Right.
It's basically like this podcast.
So far.
Yeah, so far today. That should be the extra content this week, is just take out the one thing that we know we need to take out, but everything else just leave it all in there just so they can hear what a mess the show is until you fucking sit down and work it out.
Yeah, you fuckers.
You could just give them an hour of hissing.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We could, I could go in there and mic the hedgehog wheel. That's fun to listen to for a while. Rich, I'm assuming that you have an alternate synopsis for us this week.
I do. I did my part.
Roadhouse.
Shaun of the Dead. Ed, who is a fun-loving, home-based entrepreneur, sacrifices his life for his roommate Shaun to help him win back his nagging bitch of a girlfriend.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Is that too harsh?
Yeah, I didn't really feel like she was a nagging bitch.
Well, she started out pretty bad.
Well, I think she's 3 years in, and he's kind of like playing a lot of Tekken.
It's never her. It's never the girl's fault. It's always her friend's fault. You know what I mean? It's
always... and obviously here we find out that this fucking David has been trying to sabotage things the whole time. Yeah, exactly.
And he lives there, flatmate?
I don't think so. I feel like they're just always there visiting, right?
No, they live together.
Okay, so they all three live there.
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Kind of doesn't make sense, but...
That makes a little bit more sense to me. Because flats are freaking expensive in London. So you gotta
mates are hard to find.
They are. Yeah, especially... Well, not apparently in this movie. They just fucking call you at the most misopportune times ever. The director's Edgar Wright, and the writers were Simon Pegg, who was also the star of the movie, and Edgar Wright. And... So there's a bit of a thing that you and Rodden were talking about, and do you know the details of that with the ice cream and the trilogy? And so there's 3 movies that these two did together.
Right. It's the Cornetto trilogy.
Okay.
So they made Shaun of the Dead. They had no intentions of making another movies, and they made Hot Fuzz. There was 2, and then everyone kept asking them about a 3rd movie to be a trilogy or something. So, and then they sort of were able to tie things together because they, not thinking about it, put a couple of themes in the 2 movies, and then they finished it up with the 3rd movie. So it's called the Cornetto movie. Cornetto is the ice cream.
Yeah, the cone that he gets.
The cone.
Oh, that makes sense.
That he got for Ed.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
And then they do that same thing in Hot Fuzz, and then apparently they have it referenced in the 3rd one, which is At the World's End.
At World's End.
At World's End. Yeah.
Yeah, and so those 3 movies are considered the trilogy, even though they are completely different stories, different characters, but there's a lot of common actors in the first 2 movies. And then for the 3rd movie, they made a point to bring back every single of those main actors from the first 2 movies, and they're all in this.
Oh, that's
3rd
cool.
Movie.
That's cool.
So in Shaun of the Dead, the ice cream, it's strawberry?
It's strawberry.
To represent the blood of the the gore,
right?
And then in Hot Fuzz,
it's blue, right,
for the cops, and then in the last one, it's green for the alien blood or whatever.
Yeah, which is kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen it.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, everyone.
Spoiled the entire movie.
The world ends.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. So this movie cost them like $11 million to make.
Which is nothing, right?
Which is nothing. I mean, it made 60 just in box office.
Yeah, and it's a huge cult classic.
Yeah, so this movie is one of those ones where I've never sat down and watched it. It's played on the bus enough times to where I would tell people, "Yeah, I've seen that" or whatever.
Oh,
but
really?
As I sat down to watch it today, man, I really enjoyed it. Every fucking minute of it. I thought it was awesome. I laughed like hysterically 2 or 3 times and found it very interesting. I thought the take on the whole, like, you know, how people are already sort of zombified, you know, in daily life just the mundane, you know, just riding the bus and just, you know, you're just in this zombie-like state, you know, and then they actually became zombies.
Right.
I really, really enjoyed it a lot.
It's really subtle. Like, the humor's super subtle.
Well, there's a lot of English humor in it. So, and that's the thing is that I spend a lot of time in England. I understand the English slang. I picked up on a lot of terms that probably the normal American wouldn't get. You know, do you have a quid or whatever? You know, that kind of thing.
There's a lot of British pop culture in the movie.
There was, yeah, and so but English humor I don't necessarily get. Like the dry sort of sarcastic humor is not really just.
But you, as do I, love the young ones.
Yes.
Did you like Absolutely Fabulous?
I mean, I don't really remember liking that. I used to watch that Good Neighbors with my dad, but I don't really feel like I, you know, got the jokes. I mean, but and the young ones really is an interesting one to me, and that's an interesting one for you to bring up because it's like the comic strip as well that's done over there, where the overtly funny stuff kept me interested enough to watch it. But if I watch it now as an adult, I think completely different things are funny. Oh yeah, you know, it's like a completely different joke that gets me. But man, I really, really did like it. I sat there watching this thinking, you know what? I would actually sit and watch this movie again.
Well, if you really like this movie, you should watch the other two.
Yeah.
Because it's the same sort of vibe.
Right.
It's just completely different sort of settings and plots.
I was kind of like you. I'd seen pieces of the movie at separate times where I'd seen the whole movie, but this is the first time I watched it front to back.
Yeah.
What about Casey?
I've seen it before.
Oh, yeah, okay. Did you like it?
Yeah, I like this movie.
Oh, okay.
I think the humor's funny. I kind of like the dry humor.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, she giggled throughout, you know, but I lost my shit about 3 times. Like, I mean, I swear to God, the scene where they're beating up John, the bar owner, to the beat of the Queen song.
Yes.
Don't stop me now.
I was crying laughing, and it was even to make it even funnier is it just kept going and it was, oh my God, I was laughing so hard, and oh my God, the whole time, you know, the other guy's getting dragged into the thing, and it's good shit. The subtlety of Ed having the thing for his mom that starts out with like the overt like eating her out joke, but then carries on into like him just making goo eyes at her the whole time he's driving and shit, and just like
he's in love with her.
Yeah, he was completely in love with her, and just that subtlety or whatever made me really laugh as well. So Simon Pegg is the star of this and the writer as well. Man, how well has he done for himself? I mean, this guy has, you know, I mean, this was obviously his big break. And probably, maybe he was an English actor before, you know? I mean...
Yeah, he was in, what was that fucking movie? Or that fucking show that he was in with Ed?
Oh, Spaced?
Spaced. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they had which is super common over there for the guys like that to have. And he's also been on Phineas and Ferb. Did you guys know that?
Yep, that's how I was going to connect you. You guys are both
Oh,
voice
fuck.
actors.
See, I already fucked that bit up. The thing is this guy is in Star Wars. He's in Star Trek, Mission Impossible. I mean, the guy did it. That's just, he's a voice in Ice Age.
I'd even say that he was one of the reasons that Star Trek, the last two Trek, did so well. Like he was like sort of the standout for me.
Yeah, it was the comic relief.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then Kate Ashfield is Liz. She is
in a bunch of British stuff.
Yeah, nowhere.
Yeah. She's in a bunch of British stuff. That's right.
She's super famous in Great Britain.
Right. Does she not do anything in the U.S.? I mean,
I don't recognize her from anything in the United States.
I don't either. The thing about her is she got more attractive as the movie went on. Like, I didn't really...
yeah, I agree.
I didn't find her interesting at all until we got sort of into the movie, and then, everything worked out. Nick Frost plays Ed, and as we said earlier, makes appearances in all of these movies. But this guy,
are they like best friends or something?
Yeah, they were literally. I think they were college roommates.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they were in space together, and they basically pretty much he puts him in everything.
He played Santa Claus in Doctor Who.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What's this Doctor Who you're talking about?
It's the best show on British television.
So Doctor Who again?
Like his mom is. Every time I see her, I want her to say Harriet Jones, Prime Minister, because that's her gag in Doctor Who.
So Lucy Davis plays, what is her name? Diane, and she's in the original English Office. And
yes, yeah.
Most people who are big Office fans try and tell you that the English one is better.
Yeah.
And
it's more Englishy.
Well, that's just it. I don't necessarily disagree that that's probably consensus in that it is the original version and all of that. It's just, again, that English humor is something that is really difficult for me.
I couldn't get through it. And I love The Office with Steve Carell.
Yeah, The Office with Steve Carell basically took all of the high points of British humor and made it more American friendly. Because I still feel like it has that same beat.
Right, the buffoonery of
and the subtlety and everything. Yeah. But
it didn't land well for Texas America.
That's right, goddamn
as far as British humor goes.
America.
Dylan Moran plays David. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's in a bunch of like big English things. He's actually in Black Books with a comedian that I was on the game show Nevermind the Buzzcocks with. And he was my partner, and the guy's name is Bill Bailey.
Did you win?
We did not win. No, we did not. And no, he was on the opposing team actually, and he won.
Oh shit!
Yeah, son of a bitch! Thanks for reminding me of that. And then, why are we even mentioning this guy, Peter Seraphinaus?
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah, he was also on The Tick. I didn't know that.
Oh, he is The Tick. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No shit.
The new Amazon one.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Oh, okay. So
I want to watch it.
Oh, that's a new thing. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, and he was Guardians.
I have the original Tick comic #1. So I'm a huge Tick nerd.
Yeah, he is a... I thought you were going to say Tick turd. Because that's a Smokey and the Bandit thing.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he's a busy actor, actually. This guy's been in a bunch of shit. And you know who I also... I think we've done a movie with him in it before was the dad, the stepdad, the not my...
Bill Nye?
He is... Is he the science guy?
No, they have the same name, though.
I know. He is the main vampire in Underworld.
Okay, I don't know that I would know him from that.
He was in Harry Potter. He was the Minister of Magic after the Ministry fell to Voldemort.
Got it.
Duh.
After what?
Nerds.
After the Ministry of Magic fell to Voldemort.
Yeah. Well, this guy's been in a lot of shit, man. It's definitely...
Yeah, no, he's a seasoned actor for sure.
Oh, he was in Love Actually. He was the rock star.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He has a very unique face, and he definitely looks like someone you would cast in a zombie or vampire movie.
Definitely. Yeah, and one that you would like think was a zombie
right off the bat.
Right off the bat,
which is what they played with it.
Yeah, exactly.
When he turns around in the shop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that made me cry. I cried.
What do you mean?
I cried when he turned around and when he was talking to him in the car.
Oh, in the car.
Oh, no, in the car.
No. I got that. I mean, that was like...
That was heavy, right?
That came out of left field because I expecting there to be a punchline to it.
He's like, he's been a dick to his stepdad this whole time, but he's totally
and they just let it sink in too. They just let it just go, and then he's like, "Can you pull the car over?" And like, I keep thinking, okay, something funny's gonna happen, and it didn't. I mean, it was just like yelling at him about pulling over the car. So in this first scene that we just heard, where he's like, "Can I get any of you cunts a drink?" He's playing this game. And that game is like in every pub in England. But they're all different. But it's essentially a slot machine. And nobody in the world knows what's going on. You just continually put money in it, and sometimes it gives you some money back. And it's the most addicting thing in the world if you're a gambling person, because you're just like, how the fuck did I just do that? And you sit there thinking you're going to figure it out. I guarantee you there's English people listening to this going, yep, that's totally fucking true, because they've seen them their whole life, and still they look at it going, I have no idea what the fuck that machine does right there.
The funny thing about that machine was it was called Dracula, but it was playing Phantom of the Opera music.
That actually is funny. Yeah, which is why I laughed. Rich.
I didn't get it.
Okay, understood.
I can't live like this. Just look at the state of it. We're not students anymore.
Pete,
it's not like he even brings any real money into the house.
What, he brings a bit.
What, dealing drugs?
Oh, he sells a bit of weed every now and again, You've sold puff.
Yeah, once, at college, to you.
Well, look, I've known him since primary school. I like having him around. He's a laugh.
What, because he can impersonate an orangutan? Fuck a doodle do.
Oh, leave him alone.
All right, I admit, he can be pretty funny on occasion. Like that time we stayed up all night drinking apple schnapps and playing Tekken 2.
When was that?
That was 5 years ago. When's he going home?
I'm glad you pulled this whole clip, because this had like such subtle funniness in it, and I was kind of wondering, like, how am I going to talk through this clip if he doesn't pull the... But fuck a doodle do is like the fucking best. And then just the fact that he goes, well, you've sold pot. And he's like, yeah, to you. That's pretty much not even dealing if you're just getting some money from a friend.
Have you ever had a roommate like the guy on the couch?
No, but he plays it perfect. I mean, that's like that guy. He's the guy that he cleans up the house. He's like, yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I tidied up a bit. He goes, no, I couldn't tell you. Well, I had a few beers after.
I had the roommate that slept all day, played video games all night. Like, you couldn't find any like dishes because they were all in his room all the time. Like,
Gabe
just
listens
collecting.
to the podcast.
Can I live with Gabe? The only difference, he was also like a super hot ex-Marine bodybuilder.
Weird.
So it was kind of a conflicting situation,
Yeah, I guess so.
How do you pay the bills?
You're making
No,
Jaret
he rarely
jealous.
did.
Maybe he sold his body.
Just rented a room. I didn't even know him. I just moved in with him. He was like my cousin's roommate. My cousin moved out. I moved in, like, just like some Craigslist dude. Took a while.
I feel like that most roommates think about the other roommate as, unless you're just ridiculous, but most roommates feel the other roommate is this guy. And
Even if they're not.
Right. And then the other one thinks that about you at the same time.
No, I was like this. I mean, I was like crazy. Like, he used to drive me nuts. I was like the sticky note, like, roommate. I would fucking put sticky notes on everything and be like, fuck you, that's gross. Clean that up. Like, stop eating my ramen noodles, you asshole. Like, everywhere. It made me so mad.
Yeah, it's funny, though, how, like, other people's mess bothers you so much more than your own mess.
Yeah.
Like, Casey and I have one thing each. We drive each other fucking crazy about it, but we've just, like, given up on it. Mm-hmm. So, like, she's never going to keep a clean bathroom. It's never going to fucking happen.
No.
And I understand that. And in fact, I even tell my children, like, hey, no, our bathroom isn't clean. Doesn't mean yours can't be.
Right.
Because we fucking pay the bills in here. Yeah. And guess what? I'm going to fucking put shit on the bar all the time. That's what I do.
He puts shit on, like, every ledge possible. Like,
yes.
if it's a ledge, he's going to fucking put shit on it.
The ledges are there for a reason.
I don't like things on the floor. So Everett,
you pick it off the floor and put it on the ledge.
There's a line.
Yeah, Everett like leaves.
He just wants it closer to like your eye level, so you can just see everything.
Everett just leaves shit, like especially clothes and stuff, just everywhere, like throughout the day, like because it starts with pajamas, and then it's like the school outfit, and then this,
then the Batman costume,
and then the Batman costume, whatever. So I pick it all up and like set it on the table, or in a chair.
That's fucking crazy.
And I just can't fucking do it on the floor.
And I wear 18 pounds of makeup, so that shit does cover a countertop.
Yeah. I worry if I leave stuff out on the top of on the counter of the sink. Like I'm afraid Simone will get on me for it.
Yeah.
So everything gets put away.
I'm a chameleon. So if the house is spotless, I will never leave anything out anywhere. If there's a pile, I'll throw something in the pile. If there's shit on the bar, I'll put my shit on the bar and leave it there too.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's just how, I don't know why it is. But
well, it's easier to keep a clean house when the house is clean.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Not for us. I don't fucking know what happens to us. Like, it's amazing.
Well, we do have 3 children and 3 dogs.
3 dogs.
Yeah. And to be fair, we're both artists and
podcast guests.
Yeah, we're not the tidiest of people.
Well, you're not.
Yeah, I think you should just own it. I think you kind of do.
We fucking do.
We do. Are you kidding me? Like,
we just tell people like we tidy up when certain people are coming over, but like I
like if you've ever been to a party at our house, like our house is going to be like spotless, you know, like before like people come over. But like Ryan, like she'll come over to babysit, and I'm just like, you know the drill.
So this is the first time we get introduced to the "I'm sorry, Shaun," you know, from the lovely from the lovely Ed, who we just love so much, and it's just like he's just trying to get him to save his own ass. Like, can you just tidy up a little bit? Can you write down the messages? You know, sure, yeah, yep, no problem. And then sorry, Shaun. He's just fucking, you know, and
he's like, it's okay, it's fine. Just sorry, Shaun.
Yeah, sorry, Shaun. Ah, damn it! When are you gonna stop doing that? When you stop laughing?
I trust you haven't forgotten about tomorrow.
No.
Your bi-monthly visit.
No, I haven't forgotten.
Perhaps you could bring the flowers you forgot to bring Barbara on Mother's Day.
I was gonna.
And not a cheap posy from a garage forecourt.
I wasn't gonna.
Well, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow then.
Okay.
You've got red on you.
Got red on you.
And so now that we know what happens to the guy and how he's feeling, we sort of look at this visit a little differently, don't we?
Yeah.
He's trying to help him out.
Yep.
You know? He's trying to help him be sweet to his mom.
I've been a stepdad before, so I mean, I know. I mean, it's a very touchy kind of. You want to be a dad, but at the same time, you can't really be the dad.
Can't replace his father.
Well, it's not even that. You just can't go full dad on your stepkid.
Can't go full dad.
Well, in this case, though, his father passed away.
Yeah, and that's even worse.
Yeah,
right.
Agreed.
Boy, we have really brought the room down, guys.
Sorry.
This movie is really dark.
Son of a bitch.
I feel like my stepdad would have been able, like that would have been a conversation that would have been totally normal.
Yeah, totally. I think so too. It's like, hey, are you coming by? Maybe bring your mom some flowers.
Bring some flowers.
How old were you when your stepdad was in the picture?
I believe 7 and 9 would be my brother. So I was 7, he was 9.
Oh, that's younger than I thought. I thought it was like 11 for some reason.
It is like the same age as whenever I met Jack and Emma, really.
Yeah. That's awesome.
My stepdad came around when I was a junior in high school.
Ooh, that's weird.
Weird.
Yeah, that is.
And they got married when I was a freshman in college.
So, but your stepdad is, your dynamic is, I think, conducive to a stepdad. Meaning, your mom's sort of the enforcer, right?
Well, clearly, and like, but that's just her personality.
No, that's what I'm saying. Your mom is the enforcer, so she didn't really need a
and he
a strong father
he wasn't
figure
the disciplinarian.
to
He would,
exactly.
At all.
So that makes it a lot easier.
But like, if I fucked up, like he'd be like, "Seriously, Case," like you know. But like, even my dad, like he's not a disciplinarian at all.
Right.
Like there was one time I was like 18, and I like packed all my shit and drove to California one day, and I'd called everybody, all my parents, to try to get somebody to talk me out of it, and they're like, you know, just be safe. Like, okay. And my mom was like taking a nap, and then like when she wakes up, like everybody's like, Casey, you went to California. What do we do? She's like, why didn't you tell her no? They were like, well, we figured maybe you just handle it, you know. And I was already in El Paso by then, so it was like too late.
Well, it worked out fine.
That's pretty much exactly the dynamic between my dad and my mom.
You gonna thank me then?
For what?
Tidying up.
Well, it doesn't look that tidy.
I had a few beers when I finished.
Hello, Fuchsi's, can you help, please?
Got your messages?
What?
Well, your mum rang about going round tomorrow night, and then Liz rang about the two of you eating out tonight, and then your mum rang back to see if I wanted to eat her out tonight.
Yeah, hi. I know this is really short notice and everything, but could you possibly do me a table for 2 for tonight at about 8?
No, sorry, we just gave away the last table.
And he hangs up.
I'm the worst at making reservations. It makes me anxious to make a reservation because I never feel like we're going to get there on time. Like if it was just me going for a table for one and I made a reservation, I'd be there on time.
Right.
But whenever I have to rely on other people, I don't trust that we can get there on time, and then we made a reservation, and it's a whole thing, and I just would rather just go to the restaurant and wait.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Than make a reservation.
That's super weird.
It's not logical. I agree. I grant you that. But that's how I just hate making reservations.
I feel like Rich might have trust issues.
It sounds it.
I did make a reservation on Friday, though.
You don't even have to talk to anybody anymore, though,
Here's the
which
deal.
is why
I did it with Open Table.
Yeah.
If for some reason we're ever at a restaurant that you have to make a reservation, like, don't worry, because we'll be there early having a drink. So the
That's
reservation
right.
will
Yes,
be fine.
we will be at the bar.
At the bar.
And we'll
waiting on
the
you.
reservation will be like ready to go. Table will be ready.
Do not even
Duly
worry.
noted.
We've got this.
I would also like to be included in this reservation.
You're in. You're in. You
by
can
the way,
ride with us.
The reservation I made for Friday, we were like 5 minutes late.
Oh, where'd you make a reservation?
We went to NOLA down there in downtown Frisco.
Yeah, we were talking about it. I don't really think $6 for 9 asparagus is that bad of a deal.
No? They're super thin. They weren't big fat asparagus.
Doesn't matter,
Still.
though.
Okay.
$6 for 9 asparagus. And were they long? Asparagus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 9 of those, like, set in a row is like, that's like a
One of
skinny
them
plate.
was burnt.
When I take 9, I like them thick. I don't like them long.
Thick like a Danish.
He's into the girth.
No, let's go somewhere and have a laugh. Things will be fine, I promise.
You promised you'd stop smoking when I did. You promised you'd go back to the gym. You promised you'd try drinking red wine instead of beer. You promised you'd come on holiday with me.
Well, we went to Greece, didn't we?
We met in Greece.
That was a rave.
It's just not the same. You promised things would change. You promised you'd get us free cable.
I'm working on that.
Okay.
Well, I can give it smoking. I can give it whenever I want. Look, see? Don't need them. What was the next one?
It's not enough, Shaun.
So the thing is that we start to realize here, too, that Lucy has a thing for Shaun. Like, Lucy
I totally
is
think so,
completely
too.
enamored by him. Like, she's like, you were supposed to get us free cable. I'm working on that. Okay. And she's cool with it. That's fine, you know?
Yeah.
No, we're going to follow him wherever he wants to go, into the night of zombies. Let's do it, you know? And then, but what happens here is she goes, yeah, you don't even like them. You call them a failed actress and a twat. And he goes, I never called her a failed actress.
So I don't know if you noticed the directing style during the movie. Did you notice any, like, did that stand out at all?
There's a lot of that sort of like Guy Ritchie kind of like.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
You know, that like.
So I've seen a lot of videos where they talk about good storytelling through directing, and they always use this movie or one of his movies, one of these 3 movies, as an example.
Right.
And then they explain why. And it's the, you know, like when they're pouring a beer, they like focus in on it. It's real quick and it's, you know, shifts over to the next thing. They're opening the door.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's
I
that
like
sound.
that.
It's that.
Yeah, and
It's
they have
very
little
much
sound effects.
like, you know, like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and that kind of.
I haven't seen that.
You know, oh my God, you should fucking see that. But yeah, it's I definitely know. It starts right off too. He's just like he sits down. It's like player 2 is now entering the game. Whatever he goes, don't you have work? He's like, damn it. He puts it down and then it's he's brushing his teeth
Yeah.
and you know he's got his name tag on.
Yeah. So one of those that I loved that just jumped out at me is he's buzzing the door and he's like, fine, I'm going to climb up. And so they like with their faces pan to the window and you
Right.
can hear all the rattling.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you hear it.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it.
They pick it up. Hello, it's me again.
Stop defending him, Shaun! All he ever does is hold you back! Or does it make your life easier having someone around who's more of a loser than you are?
What's that supposed to mean?
You know what I mean. I assume it was Liz who did the dumping. Sort your fucking life out, mate!
What's up with your hand, man?
I got mugged on the way home from work.
By who?
I don't know, some crackheads or something. One of them bit me.
Why did they bite you?
I don't know, I didn't stop to ask them! No, I've got a splitting headache, and your stupid hip-hop isn't helping. And the front door is open again!
It's not hip hop. It's electro, prick. Next time I see him, he's dead.
See, foreshadowing. Next time he does see him, he is fucking dead.
Fucking dead.
Yeah, and he dies from a bite on the hand. Wouldn't that suck? You know, just like you got mugged and a guy bites you.
And we start slowly seeing zombie-like behavior.
Yeah.
As they're, you know, subtly in the background. If you're not paying attention, you might miss it.
Well, it's the first thing he's like when he's at the pub, and then he walks out and he kind of turns around to the people that look like they're making out, and then the guy's head falls off.
Yeah,
just like
because he walks in, they're making out.
Yeah,
then they walk out.
Yeah,
and they're still making out, and all of a sudden, she's biting through his neck.
Yeah, and just how subtle it is, where he's just standing in the curtains by the window, and he's just like, "There's a girl in the garden."
Yeah, because he didn't even notice them there.
No, but the thing is that again, this is something that it took me a while to realize that a garden is a backyard in England.
That's what I was going to ask. I have that on my thing.
When we say garden, we think where vegetables are planted,
right?
And,
you can have a garden in your backyard.
Correct. Yeah.
So what do they call a garden in their garden?
Now that I don't know, but when they say like, yeah, we're just going to go chill in the garden, they're going to hang out in the backyard. You know?
They're not stepping on tomatoes.
They're not stepping on tomato plants or squashing little rabbits trying to eat heads of lettuce.
Got it.
So they go in to call the police, and he does the police. He's like, "Oh shit, it's engaged," which means it's busy. He goes, "Hey, well, why don't you call an ambulance or a fire truck?" He goes, "It's only one number, Ed, and it's busy."
Now, some of these are limited.
What was that? I think it was Blue Monday. Man, there was an original press out. For fuck's sake. Purple Rain. No. Sign of the Times. Definitely not. The Batman soundtrack. Throw it. Okay. Oh, Dire Straits. Throw it. Stone Roses. No. Second Coming. I like it. Sade. That's Liz's. Yeah, but she did dump you. Oh.
Who is Stone Roses? Is that what you said?
Stone Roses is like a rock and roll band, and then he goes
like a Manchester band.
Yeah,
Stone Roses were awesome.
And then he's like, "Take That," which is like their version of New Kids on the Block. Is and he just goes, "I like it." That's Robbie. Robbie, what's his face's band?
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams. Yeah, that was his thing. Robbie Williams can fucking sing, by the way. God, I love that fucking guy.
Is that a Simon Cowell band?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. If it was back in the day, because they were around like in the 80s and 90s.
He's fucking old, dude.
Yeah, that guy's, he figured it out.
He just pulls it tight.
So going back just a little bit, do you want anything from the shop? I'll take a cornetto. He's laying on the couch.
Right.
That's really subtle. I had never noticed that until I learned about the trilogy.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, that's what that's about. Yeah.
I didn't know that a cornetto was the ice cream. And in fact, I didn't realize that he got the ice cream for him until we're sitting on the couch like a long time later, and he's eating it. It's like, wouldn't that be really melty by now?
And he's got blood on him, and that thing carries through the eating the cornetto with the blood, right? I think so. Anyway.
So in America, cornetto is like a drumstick.
Yeah, right? It's a drumstick.
Yeah, we just call it a drumstick. Have I told you about the candy, the candy that they have that's like M&Ms? And they're called minstrels. Not kidding. It's a very popular candy, and they are called minstrels, and they are a candy coated chocolate. They're delicious. But
if you eat a bunch of them, are you menstruating?
Roadhouse.
So this is where we find out also from the newscast that, and Rod and James actually told us this in the pre-show. You're not going to know that without me telling you because I didn't record it. But the news guy says, you know, they can only be dealt with by removing the head or destroying the brain.
Right, exactly.
So that's when we start with the hitting them in the head with things, throwing records at them, which was hilarious. I mean, they're like looking through the crate of records like they're getting ready to do it. And then, but the killing of zombies in this movie is just so much less glamorous. I told Case this. I'm just like, we're just so used to The Walking Dead where they're just so slick. It's just like a crossbow to the head and then, you know, one hit with a baseball bat and, you know, but we've got these guys that are like, you know, just trying to figure it out and they're just throwing shit from the house at them or whatever. We got to go get more stuff.
We didn't talk about what I thought was one of the funniest parts in the movie was when they think she's drunk.
That's right.
She falls down on top of him, and he goes in to get something.
Yeah.
And he comes out with a camera.
Yeah, he comes out with a camera, and he just like, yep, okay, and smile, and they both look up. So funny. Yeah,
and then when they push her back,
Yeah.
she falls on the patio umbrella holder.
Yeah.
And pokes a hole through her.
Yeah.
And then she pushes herself back up and starts walking towards him. And all of a sudden, you just hear this. When he's winding the camera back
And he slaps the camera out of his hand.
So, what's the plan? Right.
We take Pete's car, we drive over to Mum's, we go in, take care of Philip.
I'm so sorry, Philip.
Then we grab Mum, we go over to Liz's place, pole up, have a cup of tea, and wait for all this to blow over.
Why have we got to go to Liz's?
Because we do.
She dumped you.
I have to know if she's all right.
Why?
Because I love her.
All right, gay. I'm not staying there, though.
Why not?
If we hole up, I want to be somewhere familiar, I want to know where the exits are, and I want to be allowed to smoke.
So this is just the first of like 3 or 4 plans that they have to run
Right.
through in this same directing style that you're talking about.
This whole thing cracks me up. Just sorry, Philip. Like
Yeah.
it just becomes more casual every time.
Every time.
Run in, take care of Philip.
Yeah. Then finally they just stop even saying his name. It's just like, sorry. Hit him on that. Whatever.
I love it when they show him running in the grass holding the girls. They're
Yeah.
just smiling like
Yeah.
they did it.
Oh, yeah. And just
And then at the end, they're all cheersing as they're waiting for it to blow over.
and just the mom running out of the house in general, just like, she's so happy.
So why would they think it would be safer on the ground rather than up high
Yes.
in a building where he can't even get in unless he buzzes in?
Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I think the whole point was they can't
wants to-
smoke in there, and they needed someplace to smoke.
Yeah,
That's what they said.
there was a balcony, like.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they also thought that if they went to the bar, they'd have drinks and peanuts.
It's just a matter of like familiarity, and yeah, like you said, like
They want to go to the Winchester.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he specifically said it's secure and it's low to the ground, and I'm like, why is that a thing?
Oh, yeah,
you
he
think
said
you'd
low
want
to
to
the
be
ground.
like way the
Well,
fuck
you know
off
how
the
when
ground.
you want to do something, you justify it no matter what.
Here's what I never understand about zombies in these different movies. They could be hacking their heads apart all day long with blood splashing up into their face and
Right.
their eyes and their mouth.
But the bite gets
But the
them.
bite is what gets them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've thought about that too.
I've never
Is it the
understood
saliva?
that either.
Is there something in their
Well,
saliva?
and like The Walking Dead, you have the virus in you already. Everyone has the virus in them, so even if you just die, you're a zombie.
But if they
Yeah.
get bit,
But if you get bit, you like instantly turn into a zombie, which
Yeah.
makes no sense.
did
If you
you-
got the virus, you got the virus. If you don't, you don't.
Did any of y'all happen to ever see the movie Fido?
No.
I've heard of it.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's essentially just a zombie movie, but they've learned how to domesticate them with these collars, and they just do lawn work and all these things, and they kind of treat them like a dog, So he's
So
got
like
one
the end of this movie then.
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's what it reminded me of. Was like the very very end of it. But this movie, I don't remember when it came out. Anyway, it was really good, and
Fido. Fido.
I've
You
seen
should
the
watch
movie.
it.
I've seen the movie poster.
it's so good. You should watch it.
Huh, I've never even heard of it. Oh, don't say the Z word. That's ridiculous. They don't want to say zombie
right,
because that's ridiculous. So obviously they know what zombies are.
right.
That's what I always find weird too. It's like in any kind of movie where they're talking about some pop culture type phenomenon, then sorry.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Some
What just happened?
you never heard of the phenomenon?
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, yes.
But it's phenomena.
I know, but never mind.
Okay, sorry. I mean, I'm picking up what you're putting down
Well,
now.
Sandy Bullock says phenomenon in one of the skits, and then they do it anyway.
Ah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so
Okay.
Every time I hear the word, I do that.
Did you just call her
digress.
Sandy Bullock like you know her?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
She stops by the house.
Yeah.
So,
Merlin Olsen comes
So-
by the apartment.
anytime there's like superheroes or zombies or vampires in those movies, everyone acts like that's not part of pop culture.
Right.
That we already have these stories and these sort of things in the lexicon, in our brains.
Yeah,
And
like
so-
in The Walking Dead, they never call them zombies.
Right. Like
Ever.
they have no idea what to call them. They're just all naming them different things because they've never seen this before. It's not even been thought of before.
But the term zombie comes from the west coast of Africa and the Caribbean. It's like in their culture, this magical kind of, it's a known thing. It's been around
a known thing
for hundreds of years.
It's historically
right? Yes.
based.
Yes.
It's not, someone didn't write a comic book and come up with zombie.
Although zombies in that culture typically come from magic, where the zombies in our new popular culture come from
methamphetamines,
viruses or aliens or that sort of thing. It's not magic.
It's weird that it's always different. It's like there's just like the undead, then there's like the infected, and then there's like all different kinds of zombies.
I don't Tim, what do you think?
Well, I'm fucking drinking. What are you talking about?
I just mean about like the whole zombie thing. Like, what do you think?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying too.
I said the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you think there are zombies?
Probably not.
Yeah. Well, there it is.
Do you see some people in like zombie-like states up there in Seattle?
No.
Oh.
They're all in meth.
Yeah. I mean, like meth is a little further south. I think they just smoke the pot there, but they smoke a lot of pot there, right?
Yeah.
And then like meth is like down, a little further south.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried meth?
Yeah.
And is that something you would recommend for other people to try?
No.
Okay. Well, so you do not recommend people smoke the meth.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad Tim's back. Aren't you guys?
Yes.
I'm back.
Being a father is not easy. What? You were 12 when I met you. Already grown up so much. I just wanted you to be strong and not give up because you lost your dad.
Philip, you don't have to explain,
No, I do. I always loved you, Shaun. I always thought you had it in you to do well, and you just need motivation, somebody to look up to, and I thought it could be me. Just take care of your mom.
Man, heavy scene. It made Will cry.
It was
Did you really cry?
I did. It was a little bit devastating for me.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he's not feeling well. He's probably like a little bit out of it.
Like you always talk about how you cry in movies.
Yeah.
I'm the same way, but I'll cry in every movie.
Yeah.
Like
every movie?
Almost every movie, even the stupidest little, if it's even a little bit touching, it gets me.
Yeah, I probably cry in more than I admit to because like
you'd admit to a lot.
Well, and I do admit to a lot, but I cry at the stupidest stuff, and then Casey just looks over and she's just like, "Oh, that one didn't even get me," and I'm like, "Damn it!"
I'm not ugly crying, but I'll like water up. You know what I mean?
Get the little lump in the throat kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you noticed that. So he asked him if he'd been to the doctor or whatever, and he says, "We've had our jabs." Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So jabs are shots.
Yeah. I think the people use that here as well.
Really? I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
I just assumed they got punched in the face.
We haven't talked about this. Why does Ed have a spot shaved out of his hair? You see that?
I noticed that too.
I didn't notice that at all.
There's a square. He's got pretty bushy, full hair, and then in the back side of his head, there's a square just shaved off.
Is it there the whole movie?
Yeah.
I wonder. That's
Did you
weird.
look it up?
I didn't notice it until the middle of the movie, and then the second time I watched, it's totally there the whole time.
Maybe he's got some alopecia. It's a thing.
Very geometrical alopecia.
Are those the horses with the long?
Oh, perfect band name. Geometrical alopecia.
That is a good one, actually.
I know.
So Nick had a patch of his hair shaved to show how he was the kind of guy to pass out at a party and have stuff done to him.
They didn't reference it.
It's also a reference to Arnie, who had a bald patch after 13 and explained to the press how he shaved it for part of the movie. So Nick Frost shaved his for a part in this movie.
Okay.
So
it's like all inside shit that we wouldn't know.
Right.
Right.
Well, it's funny. When you first asked, I thought to myself, I was like, I wonder if it's supposed to be like some kind of reference to like falling asleep, getting Sharpie on the face when you pass out with your shoes on.
Well, I figured they maybe had a scene that they actually did that in, and then it just didn't make sense.
It just got cut off.
It got cut out.
Yeah.
And then he wrecks the car so he can drive the Jag.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have to take the Jaguar or whatever. So then so he rescues both parents or whatever. But
I think they pronounce it Jaguar.
Jaguar. Yeah, that's right. And they do that in America now too on the commercials. It's
because
like
that's the way it's pronounced.
Yeah, I guess. So. You can't argue with that. It's like they say aluminium and we say aluminum, but it's like they invented the language. Like we're fucking.
Fuck that.
No, it's
Mexicans invented Mexican food. We perfected it. Thank you.
Well, that's definitely true.
That is true.
Yeah. The same is true for pizza.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Fuck it, aluminum it is. So the dad gets attacked in the driveway. They all get in the car. They're then but when
it's not his dad.
They go. Oh, that's right. Damn it. They go into to rescue Liz and everybody. And again, like it's so funny because the friend is just ready to go with him wherever he wants to go. Like Lucy's just like, and David is actually making a little bit of sense. Like, why the fuck would we leave here? Like they're down there,
right?
And in fact, until you came here, there weren't this many.
I never noticed that Lucy was into him until you guys. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah,
'cause they probably would have stayed up there if she was not wherever Shaun wants to go.
Exactly, everything he says. But the funny thing is they all take a weapon and they go out and fucking David just has an umbrella. And he's just swinging the umbrella around or whatever. And Shaun's just bashing zombies over the head and just like relentless. And
there's an actual reason for that.
What is that?
The only prop that was soft and they could hit things with was that cricket bat. It was made out of foam.
Oh.
All the other stuff that they had was real, so they couldn't use it to hit people.
That's hilarious.
Man, I will say, if there ever is like a zombie outbreak, I fucking hope for lots of people's sake that it's not in England. Like, that happened in Texas. Like, if I could sit on the porch and just like blow their heads off all day. Like,
yeah, just pick them apart.
Just
yeah.
Weapons everywhere.
Well, okay, let's talk about this. I feel like the zombie threat is such a non-threat.
Right.
Because they're just fucking slow and they're dumb.
Not those 28-day later.
No, yeah,
zombies.
those ones are fast and creepy and they'll gnaw your throat out of your body.
The other problem I have with these kind of movies is and not this one's just funny, is like Walking Dead. I have a huge problem with it. Is the rules. They fucking change the rules whenever it's convenient, Okay. It's like they're slow and you can cover yourself with their blood and then they don't cinch you. And like this movie, they're pretending to be zombies.
They can't tell you're a zombie. Yeah, they pretend to be a zombie.
Yeah, so you just always pretend like you're a zombie and you never have to worry about anything ever. And then if you just cover yourself with blood, you never have to worry about the fucking... Yeah. Why do you forget all of a sudden that you can just cover yourself with the blood? Just carry a bucket of the fucking blood around. How hard is this? It's so stupid. They just do everything to make it convenient. And I feel like zombies are like the least threatening things ever. Because they're so fucking slow. You can just fast walk out of any situation.
Yeah.
Until they surround you.
Yeah, it's when they surround you. It's like how many second graders would it take to kick your ass?
And they follow sound. They follow sound, so you just carry hand grenades around. You just throw the hand grenade. You just go to the military base, get some hand or just an M80. Okay, that's cheap, easy to find. You get an M80, throw an M80, and you walk the other direction.
Well, they were having trouble getting to a bar, so I don't know how easy they can just get to a military base and get a grenade.
Well, I mean, not a grenade.
Excuse me.
An M80, but
we're
you
looking
can get
for a
M80s.
grenade. We could just.
Oh, here you go, ma'am.
Grab one of those. We'll be right back.
Here's your grenade, ma'am. Would
If
you
I
like
was
anything else?
going to go to a military base, I'd probably just stay on the fucking military base and let them handle the grenades.
I think less.
You just put bubble wrap everywhere. They step on it. It makes noise. They all follow themselves. Am I right? Bubble wrap is the answer.
I feel like you've got this solved. And
all you gotta do is knock their teeth out. Then they're just like kind of gross. Then they're not like really a scary threat. It's just like ew. Like,
yeah, get off me.
Ew.
Yeah.
They actually did that in The Walking Dead, where
I
she
don't watch
pulled the
that.
jaw off.
Yeah, she pulled the jaw. She uses them as like makes them pull the cart and shit.
Well, that's her camouflage when she has them on the chains.
Right. So why don't they just keep doing that? Why do they forget that they can do these things?
Who
it
are
drives
they?
me fucking Walking Dead people. They
Because
just
of the
forget about everything.
Because on this Walking Dead podcast, the zombies aren't the problem. It's the fucking people that are the problem.
Yeah, but the only time they ever really get in trouble is because of the zombies. Otherwise, they're just sort of shooting, and that's just normal.
Are you
shit.
caught up on that show?
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's more. I don't watch it anymore, but it seems like there's more conflict with other humans now than there is with the actual zombies.
Which is also bullshit because you can just go away.
The real conflict is that Jeffrey Dean Morgan's so attractive but he also bashes people's heads in. Like, that's the conflict.
Yeah.
I don't even watch the show, and I know that's an issue.
Yeah, that's a fucking issue. So, speaking of issues, we got a dead zombie in the Jaguar.
Jaguar.
No,
like
you are. How about that?
No, you are, you fuckhole.
So, God damn it. So, but the child locks are locked and they can't get out.
Safety first, Shaun.
But here's the thing. They get out of the car and leave him in the car, and then they're on foot.
I hate that. I know.
But however, all you got to do is open the door
and shove him out.
No,
he was gonna just get out and chase
him. Chinese fire drill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're slow.
Racist,
get in. You shut the door, and he's locked out of the car.
He wasn't even trying to get them. He was just trying to turn the music down.
Right.
Did you see that?
Yeah, exactly. He just didn't want.
They're like going up to as they're talking. He's like going toward him. You think he's just trying to get at him, and he just reaches for the radio. And
doesn't
turns it off.
want the noise.
Do you think in China they do a American fire drill?
I don't know. I thought about that after I said that. I was like, oh, fuck. Is that even PC to say anymore? Like,
It's not PC, but it's fucking rad.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah. Winning Will over to my side.
Then they run into the other group on the street, and it's that girl that he met in the street. And then everybody in his group is represented in the other group.
So what's the significance of that? Did you read anything about that?
It was fucking funny.
It was just funny.
It's hilarious.
I know, but
It was just a gag. It was a gag. It
was
funny.
it a reference to something
No,
else?
it was just a funny. They just
It was
keep
a funny
meeting like
gag.
all the time, like, oh, hello, how are you?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and it just kind of was.
She has a group of friends that are just like his group of friends.
I am not arguing. I think it was fucking hilarious, but
Oh,
I
so
just
funny.
I
That's all
just
it was. It wasn't
assumed it
deeper
had
than
to
that.
be a reference. You don't know. It could have been a
Just the
reference.
funny, and just the fact that they even got like a representative of the happy English mom, She just, hey, how's it going? So fucking funny. And then, so this is the other part that really got me was when he goes, what? You've never taken a shortcut before? And he goes and tries to hop the fence and the fence falls over. I was fucking crying. Laughing.
So the fence thing is in all three films.
Okay.
It carries through. So someone in all three films tries to jump a fence and knocks it over.
Right. Oh my God. So great. And then, so again, now you'll know this. So when he's got the conflict with the one that bites his mom, it's Diane that throws him the tetherball thing, and she's like, Shaun, here you go. And then he's like, oh, good idea. He's like trying to wrap the ball around his neck or something like that. And then he looks back, and they're going, no, like stab him, like get him like this.
Yeah.
And then he just puts him into a fucking tree or some shit. I'm not really sure. And as you say, Rich, it probably drove you crazy because they didn't bash his head in.
Right.
So I'm sure that guy's still walking around.
Yeah. You know the zombie movies that I really thought that they did the zombie rules well, I think. I've been meaning to watch this one again, but I Am Legend. And I know everyone hates that because of the book was so good or something. But I really liked that movie. And then I thought World War Z was great. Like, I've watched that like 3 times.
Yeah, that movie was nothing like the book.
Well, it was a piece of the book, but not anything like that piece or something.
The book is like a bunch of journal entries after the fact, like research after the fact after it happened.
But it was a good book?
Yeah, it was cool.
So no.
Are you going to eventually make a case for Waterworld?
I actually do like Waterworld.
I figured you did.
I like Waterworld too.
Yeah, I don't understand the hatred for it.
People don't like that movie.
I don't know. I've heard more people say they like it.
I like The Postman too.
I did not like The Postman. I think I can't remember.
Well, we're here talking about Shaun of the Dead on this Jaret Goes to the Movies podcast, and coming up with the next clip, Mr. Rich Coleman.
Play it.
2 seconds. Hey, Noodle.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, man, I can't really talk now.
Did you get anything yet?
I've got nothing.
Really?
No, I'm right in the middle of something.
Bit mentally, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Oi! What are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing, you stupid moron?
Fuck off.
You fuck off! Fucking off!
Sure.
I spent an entire life. Look at me. I've spent my entire life sticking my neck out for you, and all you ever do is fuck things up. Fuck things up and make me look stupid. Well, I'm not gonna let you do it anymore. Not today!
Shaun.
Oh.
Yes, and so
They had a whole conversation before the zombie threat was even needed to be worried about.
Well, they were waiting for him to finish before they attacked him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was they're very nice.
Polite zombies.
They're polite. Well, they're English.
Yeah, well,
English zombies.
well, they're British.
Okay, British zombies. They're so when they go in and they get the snacks, the little mini cheddar things, they're fucking good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're like
Should
little.
I have some of those when I'm over there?
It's like a little cheddar Ritz cracker.
Is it like goldfish?
No, it's like a cheddar Ritz cracker. Okay. So it's like
Is
the
it
same.
Like a Cheez-It?
No, it's like a cheddar rich cracker. And but they are really fucking good. I love the Every Which Way But Loose reference here. He's just like, you ever seen they're sitting there and they're bored. He's like, anybody want a peanut? You know? And then he's just like, you ever see that movie Every Which Way But Loose? Because Ed can do a really good orangutan impression.
It's orangutan.
Orangutan.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that right? I don't even know.
Sound
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Orangutan.
I actually think the breaking of the window was a good idea.
You do? Why?
Because it was a little high, but so they're not going to just walk into the window. They were just hanging there half the time. I don't even think they made it in until the door was opened.
No, they had it blocked.
Yeah, but
with chairs.
Even when it was
zombies,
they were
can't
having
get past
full
chairs.
conversations while the zombies were just hanging in the window. I don't know if you saw it in the background. Anyway, but yeah, you get in and you just sort of block it, and then you're fine. They already know they can break windows. They did that at the house.
That's true.
Right.
So, I wondered the same thing. Yeah. I don't think that the breaking of the window was a good idea, but I do think relying on the windows.
Get away, break the window, get in, get away, and then go out the back. I don't know.
So they're being a little hard on Brian. Or David, or whatever his name was.
Oh, David. Yeah. Well, he is a fucking putz.
David, kill the queen.
Yeah, fucking so good. Kill the queen. What? Oh, I mean, just cut off the jukebox. So this is where maybe the funniest moment in motion pictures I've seen in the last couple of years happens. And like, I actually want to watch this scene again just because I know there's little subtle things that are happening in it, but they fucking start beating that motherfucker with those pool cues to the beat of the Queen song. And it is just so fucking funny. And it's just, and they're like going around him. It's like a stage production or something. Oh, that poor man. And Jack's just like, why don't they just poke him in the face with the stick? You know? And I'm like, yeah, well, that would
Jack was watching?
Jack actually came in during this clip where he says, you fuck things up. You're always fucking things up. Not fucking fuck.
And he's like, this sounds like something I'd be interested in.
No, he walks up and goes, oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, I've seen this. Which I don't think he has, because then he walked through a couple of times, and then is about the time that they started ripping David apart and eating his insides that Everett walked into the room.
Oh, no.
I'm like, pause it.
Casey's like, can you please turn this off? He doesn't need to see them. Like, yeah, you're right. And then we couldn't get him out of the fucking room. Just like, go somewhere, do anything you want in the whole house. Just get out of here. And then so he's fucking looking at her, and she and
throws a dart at the head.
She's trying to save him. See, and she's looking at him all lovingly and shit. And she's throwing the dart. And he's like, okay, very good. But in the head, she sticks the dart in his head. Oh my God.
Can dogs look up? Are they able?
My dog looks up all the time.
Dogs can definitely look up. Dogs will watch a squirrel run along a power line.
Okay.
Dogs actually tree certain animals that are hunted for hunters, and then the hunter shoots them out of the tree.
Got it. So where did this stupid thing come from then?
I don't know.
Maybe British dogs are retarded.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, I bet there's like some dogs that can't. I mean, like I think about Sherman. I mean, he can look up. I mean, if he's sitting at your feet, he can look up at your face.
Who's Sherman?
The Bowling for Soup dog, our little French bulldog.
Right.
But
because it has no neck.
He doesn't have a neck. Yeah, so
it's got a little neck.
It's just butthole and eyes.
So it can't look up. It can only sit down and change the angle of its back.
Well, I mean, he can rotate his neck a little bit. He can look up. But I mean, I definitely see where that would be like there's probably some breed of dog somewhere that can't. But the majority of dogs can fucking look up.
Casey's going to Google it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure
check
that shit out.
Don't point that gun at my mum!
Shaun, calm down!
Don't point that gun at Barbara!
It don't exacerbate things!
What does that mean?
This isn't exactly fair!
Yeah. It's okay.
Please, can we just stop and think about this?
Tell him to put the gun down! Look, Lizzie, she's gonna change. You know I'm right. And when she does, she'll come back and she'll kill all of us.
That's what your ex can't seem to realize.
That's what this is about, isn't it? It's just he doesn't like me. He's always hated me and now he wants to shoot my mom.
She's not.
You never thought I deserved her, that I was good enough?
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on. We all know you're in love with Liz.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
What?
I know you only hung out with me at college to get close to Liz, and when she knocked you back, I was there to pick up the pieces. I've come to terms with that, Daz. Why can't you?
You notice that she keeps calling him Daz? Because Daz is... So in England, nicknames can be like that. So, for example...
You're Jazz?
If a girl's named Jazz, her name would be like Jessica, but people will call her Jazz. Dave, I've never heard Daz, but that's a thing. That's
putting a Z on the
the singer for the band Lacey. There's a nice shout out. His name is Graham, but they call him Graz.
Really?
So apparently you can just put "az" on the end of anything.
It has to be "az," so I'd be Raz.
You'd
and
be
not
Raz.
Riz.
Raz, and you might be Riz. I don't know. It's a good one.
Would I be Wiz?
You could be Wiz or Waz, but I'd rather call you Wiz Waz. I think that's good. You know,
it's better than Kitty Corner.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got such a good ring to it. You know?
It really does. It was nice though hearing King of Sting during Rocky the other day. Me calling you the King of Sting. I liked it. Again, man, I wrote down the mom is so English here just because everything she does is just so fucking English mom. He's like sitting down and she's talking about how, she didn't want to worry him that the guy in the robe bit her or whatever. And she just goes, it's been a pretty funny sort of day, hasn't it? Just all calm.
Well, when they go, would you like a drink? What's her name?
Barbara.
Yeah.
Would you like a drink, Barbara? Oh, hello.
Yeah. But I wondered did you feel like maybe this particular scene, there was a little sort of shout out to Reservoir Dogs at all? Like when he's got the gun and she says, this isn't really fair. So then everybody puts a bottle on somebody else. Cause that's the closing scene in Reservoir Dogs. It's like,
oh yeah,
everybody's got a gun on and he's like, stop pointing that gun at my dad. And here he's going, stop pointing that gun at my mom.
Right.
And they're all kind of doing the same thing. It just had a really Reservoir Dogsy kind of feel.
Well, it definitely tripped me out when he goes, oh, okay, let me give you mine, and I'll go get another one.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah.
So David falls down with that fucking gun and he aims it at Shaun. And he pulls the fucking trigger.
Yeah, he pulled the trigger.
If there would have been a bullet in there, he'd have shot him.
Yeah.
He meant to straight up murder him.
Yeah, he did. So the fact that he gets dragged out the window, like...
If you're going to murder someone, this is kind of the time to do it. Like if you're trying to bump someone off...
Oh, sure.
Because you like the girl, I wouldn't do it in front of the girl.
No.
Yeah, you do another room, you'd be like, oh, he was a fucking zombie too.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Can't believe it.
Shot him in the face.
He was so zombified, you would not even believe it.
Also, I mean... So English shotguns just suck, or what?
I don't know that is a what is it called, a West?
It's a what? No, it's a what's
rifle.
It was a Winchester.
Winchester, yeah. So that would definitely be English.
The gun is
little bullets.
It's an homage to the gun they used in the Night of the Living Dead.
I'm just saying, like this would go over so much better in Texas.
It's just a really old,
old shitty gun. You put them one at a time.
Yeah. It's we have automatic shotguns here. That
you don't even have to aim.
No, not a shotgun. No, you don't. Shoot Miller. Yeah, shot that motherfucker from across a field.
That's still probably not a good idea.
No, nobody ever shoot Miller.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about Shaun of the Dead as a playoff of Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. That made sense.
But it always threw me that it's spelled SHAUN instead of SHAWN.
Or SEAN.
Well, no, because Dawn is spelled DAWN.
Ah, interesting.
And they spell it with the right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
I got confused with the spelling too. And interestingly enough,
maybe it's an inside British joke. They thought that was funny.
Howard Stern was talking about Larry King today and the fact that his wife, who's much younger than him, actually younger than me, had been busted having an affair or something. And her name is Shaun King, and it's spelled like this, SHAUN.
Oh.
And I had never even seen that before that I know of. But I'm with you. It seems like it would be SHAWN.
Yeah. Were people shocked at this?
At what?
At
Shaun
that she had an
King
affair?
Ching.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think it was just.
I would assume it's in the contract. You're able to have one affair. It has to be private or something like
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe when she has sex, she likes to have sex with hard penises.
Come on. We're getting out of here. I might just stay here.
Yeah, but we can get out.
I think you two should make a go of it.
What are you talking about?
I only hold you back.
Yeah, but maybe you should have this.
So you want it?
No. Can't do anything with it anyway. I'm rubbish. Ed, I'm sorry.
What for?
Because, you know, I was shouting at you and that earlier on.
It's alright. I'm sorry too.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Shaun.
Oh, God. That's not funny.
Stop doing them when you stop laughing.
I'm not laughing.
Oh, they have to say goodbye, so he gives him one more.
Yeah.
You had a really good fart right at the start of the podcast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you did. You farted right before the
But did it smell?
podcast. Yeah, it did actually.
It did not.
But did I freak out and leave the room like a fucking pussy?
Smell.
It did smell.
It didn't smell.
Yeah, do you not think your fart smell?
It didn't smell.
Do you not think your fart smell?
I know mine do. But
Will,
there's
did you smell anything?
I didn't, but I'm totally congested.
yeah, dude. Fucking
It didn't.
farts stink.
It didn't stink.
No, I know mine stink. I just think they're still funny.
I should have pink eye all the time.
Why?
Because I live in your asshole.
That's so funny because in South Park they have a zombie outbreak and they call it pink eye.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you just need some topical cream.
There's a pink eye break.
Don't worry about it, guys. We have plenty of topical cream to go around for everybody.
6 months on, and to many, the events of Z-Day must seem like a bad dream. And as we now know, the phenomenon resulted from the use of highly...
Not something I've expected as a newscaster to ever have to say on air. Removing the head or destroying the brain. Incredible.
Dead excited now to have a top band with us talking about their work for the charity Zombaid called...
The fact that the mobile deceased retained their primal instincts make them ideal recruitment for the service industry, as well as proving themselves useful in other roles, such as...
He can't quite get it! No, he's falling!
I don't see nothing wrong with it, but I know that some people would see something wrong with it. But he's my husband, you know. I still love him. I've still got the ring on my finger, Trisha.
You go to bed with it?
You go to bed with it?
None of this seems like a good idea.
No?
To have them
I'd
as
keep you
indentured
around
servants.
if you were a zombie.
I'm going to be honest. I think the game show is fucking amazing. But you know what? As I was sitting here listening back to that, there would be people who would there would be zombie rights and all of this shit. So it's
Hell yeah.
it would only be able to be hilarious for a certain amount of time, you know?
Right.
But Jesus Christ,
Did you see the Coldplay Zombaid?
yeah.
Okay.
Totally. But
You know,
dude,
Jesus Christ was also a zombie.
That's true.
oh, that's right.
That is true.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's
Sorry,
right.
Christians.
All right, there goes half our audience.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't know. Do Christian
In England,
people
all
make
the
it- do
churches
this?
are just bars now.
Oh, no.
It's very true. Bars and clubs. We play at churches over there.
Half our audience is in Texas.
Oh, really? Well, then they're definitely
Then,
going to
then
church.
they're all gone.
Yeah. Well, we lost them. Fucking Shaun of the Dead.
What's the plan then?
Right, a cup of tea. Then we'll get the Sundays. Head down to Phoenix for a roast. Veg out in the pub for a bit. Then wander home, watch a bit of telly, go to bed.
Perfect.
I'll get the kettle on.
Can I have 2 sugars, please?
Ooh, adventurous.
Actually, I might pop into the garden for a bit.
Go on then.
It sounds like a pretty awesome day. I mean, they, go for a stroll.
Well-
she makes a roast.
Yeah, I mean, I like how he kind of finally got her to quit. She just gave up.
No, they both compromise. He changed a little, she changed a little.
Yeah.
Oh, he
That's
changed?
right.
What
Yeah.
did he do?
He's more assertive. He's more...
No,
He has direction.
He zombified his best friend, which was the problem. And so now there's not
No,
this,
he
this
instead of just...
obstacle.
meandering through life. He took charge. He fucking saved the day.
He did save the day.
And it's like continuing.
Okay. Well, basically, he's sexy to her now. He's sexy to her now because he
hit some zombies in the head.
Fucking was a man about it.
Right.
Right.
I like
That's
when
all
Jaret does
women
boy
want.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like hit people in the head, but like build shit and stuff.
Yeah, like he like fixes stuff. I think that's neat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's a good way to.
I did
yeah.
not remember
I
him
cooked.
keeping his friend in the the shed.
In the shed, yeah.
Yeah.
Out in the garden. He's
I
just
forgot
out there.
that.
I grilled out. I did the grill this weekend.
Nice.
I replaced the toilets.
When the Russian.
Holy shit.
Boy stuff.
Because I don't grill ever.
Yeah.
I throw it on the foreman. But she was like, "You're coming over and you're going to do the grill part," and I panicked.
Yeah.
Did you YouTube it?
Because she has a charcoal grill.
Okay.
And I've never used a charcoal grill before.
Mhm.
So what did I do?
Did you YouTube it?
Nope. I called my best friend Mark.
Yeah.
And he walked me through. Your dad is a fucking
grill
grill
master
master.
of the world.
He knows what
and
he's doing.
he walked me through, and I swear to God, I followed every one of those steps, and that meal was delicious. I could not believe. I had grill marks with the little X's and stuff. He told me like everything. It was perfect.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He does.
Oh.
Early on in our relationship, I had to cook for that man, and it was not pleasant.
It was so funny. I think we've told that story on here before, haven't we?
So.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but
I would keep you in a zombie shed for sure.
You're the sweetest, babe. Thanks.
I'd get like bored. You know, we're like creepy. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to shoot you in the head.
No,
Just take his teeth out. It's fine.
Yeah, you would just rip your jaw out and snuggle.
Do zombies go to the bathroom?
I don't know. I don't think they've ever ventured that far into the.
It can't smell good.
No, no. But I mean, I guess they already stink, right? So it just doesn't matter. Maybe that's that.
True.
Do zombies fart?
They probably do.
If they do, then they don't have long-lasting relationships.
That's why you have to live in the shed.
Check the email box, email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Hi, Rich. I mean, absolutely no disrespect with this question, but I gotta ask. Have you asked your Russian girlfriend to say moose and squirrel yet? I have never had the guts to ask anyone with a vaguely Eastern European accent to do this, but it's on my bucket list. Best Annie. No, I have not.
What's the-
Will you?
But I'm totally going to now.
I don't really understand.
It's Rocky and Bullwinkle, right? Moose
Ah,
and squirrel. They
okay.
had the two Russian villains.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay. God, I'm
Moose and
slow.
squirrel. She doesn't have the stereotypical Russian accent. She actually was a translator in her country, and she had three language teachers. That one was for the written, one was for oral, and then one was an actual dialect. So, did you guys hear her start talking in an English accent later that night? When she gets drunk, she reverts back into how she learned English originally, which was British English. So when she drinks, she starts talking in an English accent. So it's like I'm dating it. Well, it's actually like I'm dating three people because
that's exciting.
It's the daytime Russian person, and she doesn't have like a super thick Russian accent because she actually pronounces. She tries to use actual good pronunciation and stuff, and then. But when she drinks, she turns into an English person, which it freaks my brain out. And then also in the dark, she looks Chinese.
Let's check the Facebook page.
Lee Douglas writes, the Rocky episode was amazing. Probably my favorite you've done so far. Also, my favorite film of all time. With the addition of Casey and the King of Sting, the Golden Boy, the show seems to have really gone to another level. Everything seems to have come into place. And in regards to you learning Russian, Rich, fair play with you. My wife is from Slovakia, and I've learned a few phrases over the last 3 years, but you're already killing it. Well, spasiba, Lee Douglas. That means thank you in Russian.
Obviously, Rich decides what from the mailbag and Facebook
These
page
were
are
the
going to
only
go.
two.
into the thing. So both, of course, dealt with his girlfriend.
And
So we basically, not that we didn't talk enough about her at the first of the show or during fucking grilling out and everything else that we've did, but we'll just fucking talk about it again.
Lee also wants to know that they have our tickets for Heartache and Hilarity in Bristol, and am buzzing for it. Cheers.
Nice. I'm very excited about that. Yes, by all means, everybody in the United Kingdom, please, and obviously I know I'm not coming to Ireland, and I am sorry about that, but I am coming over in September for my Heartache and Hilarity tour, and I'm stoked to see you. Casey will be there at a few shows as well, so come and say hi. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. It's the greatest podcast of all time. You just may not know it yet. But it fucking is. Why do we fucking diss on every episode at the end of every episode?
It always ends up good. I don't know.
It's fine. We're here to fucking talk about a movie. Let's just fucking talk about the movie and then fucking
go to bed.
Yeah. Find us on the web, JaretGoesToTheMovies.com. We are Jaret Movies, Jaret Movies on Twitter and Instagram. You can suggest and vote for future movies on Reddit. I still don't know what Reddit is. I am certain there has to be an easier way for you guys to do this, but I'm not going to fucking go find it. So go to Reddit at /r/Jaret Goes to the Movies. / / is fine too. Just do the. How do you know which way? What / would be going forward, right?
We read left to right.
Oh.
The forward would be right. Back would be left.
Oh. Son of a bitch. Okay, so go to Reddit at / r / Jaret Goes to the Movies. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and everything by searching for Jaret Goes to the Movies. You can find me on all the socials at JARET2113. Find Rich on all the socials using Rich Coleman TX. Find Casey everywhere using CASEY Yant. And Will is everywhere with WIL Vark.
I also, due to Casey's bitching at me, I put all of the important links on the pinned Facebook post. So if you want to know the schedule or a link to this Reddit thing that you keep talking about, then go to Facebook. It's the first pinned post on the thing, and all the links are there.
We're simplifying everything.
Yep.
It's and now you're done with like the courting phase.
Yeah.
We'll get back into fucking getting video and all that shit.
Yes.
I'm about to start getting busy. Like that's the one thing is
I thought you were getting unbusy after, no?
Yeah, did I say that?
Well, I keep waiting. You're like, yeah, right after this, and I'll have plenty of time, and then all of a sudden there's another thing. I feel like that you're just going to be always busy.
My friend Casey Diorio says that I've been saying that for 20 years.
Right.
And around every corner, I'm like, no, dude, after this, it's fucking, I got like time, and no, I just book more shit.
So should I just, on certain things, I should just say, hey, can you please schedule this in?
Pretty much,
okay,
yeah.
I'll do
that.
I wrote in a date night the other day. He didn't even know until he checked the calendar.
It's true. Calendar.
Wait, can I have access to your calendar and just write stuff in?
You have access to my calendar. Put it on the Jaret Goes to the Movies, and it comes into my shit.
Because we have a song to write.
Yes.
And then what else we have?
Which I think would be easy to schedule, which, by the way, we are doing because our Patreon supporters got us to such a great level, and we have to write a song together.
Yeah.
So, I think we could do that, and especially if we're going to do...
I mean, you were nominated for a Grammy. I think you could knock that out with me just sitting there in no time.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
It's pretty much how I write with Disney kids. It's the same thing.
They just sit around in a circle and
They're
watch
in the room on their phone, and I write the song, and then they get half. That's it.
There you go.
Yeah, it works out good.
Can we have a deal like that for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's write you a song. Thank you guys so very much for listening. I really, really liked this movie. I'm so glad. Again, this podcast continues to bring joy to my life, and today that joy is called Shaun of the Dead. I really enjoyed that movie, and so whoever requested this one, or if this one just kind of popped up.
So if you see Hot Fuzz on the TV, watch that.
Okay,
that's the second one.
I will definitely check that out. Thank you guys so very much for listening, and we will see you down the road.